Welcome back this week. We're excited to have a fall season beginning with the haul and some exciting things. Tell us a little bit about it.
Oh my goodness, we've got pumpkins, pumpkins, and pumpkins.
And again, as you all know, many of you know, some of you may not, I'm Tim and this is Mindy, and we're excited to be with you. And don't forget to give us our thumbs up.
And to subscribe, it really helps us.
We appreciate that. To just set the tone briefly, we have some very new items, some that have returned that we're excited about. We have a recipe, some ingredients that'll go into a nice recipe. And then Pumpkin Palooza, the season of the fall, has begun at Trader Joe's. And like Mindy said, pumpkins, pumpkins, pumpkins. We're going to talk about some of our favorites.
Pumpkin happens to be one of Tim's favorite flavors.
Oh, yeah.
So that's why all you're seeing is our heads, because there's so much pumpkins. And this is just the first week, so we will have a bunch of fun weeks doing this.
We are in the tip of the iceberg. So to get started,
some new non-pumpkin items?
Yes, let's start with those.
The first one was the Focaccia Primavera, was this. It was not the lowest in WW points. We tried it. It was a lot of spinach. It was good, but I don't know, because of the points I would be getting that again. We had it a quarter of it with eggs over easy, and that was nice.
It was like 7 smart points for the fourth of it, but it was still very tasty there. But sometimes, you know, you're making choices on how you want to spend those points. But still very good if you like a spinach.
Right. It was, the spinach was one of the higher notes in it.
It's kind of a spinach Florentine without the egg, a little bit, almost like a cream spinach, because it has a little cheese, right?
It had a little bit of cheese. I barely tasted that. It was really
but
high
more
in
spinach. Yeah, and the bread was really good around it, the crust.
It was. And then one of the other new things is these cute little, you can tell we already got into it, these little dark chocolate cookie sticks. They're like
they're kind of like a little wafer with the really nice, good, dark, rich chocolate around. Actually, it was like, I think, a point for 2 cookies.
A point for two sticks.
So it made it very nice if you're just craving that little crunchy with a little chocolate. Those are pretty nice for a point.
And the chocolate was very good.
Very good quality. And then also, while we're on...
something new else that came in, I thought, that wasn't trade. Oh, I know. It was this.
Yeah, that's
the
the
peanut butter and jelly. These are 10 points for a container. It was very much peanut butter and jelly sandwich. Mm-hmm. But it didn't have the bread, it had the crunch.
And they come in individual packages in those containers. So Mindy and I split one of those. We each got, I think, about 4 or 5 of those little
4 sticks.
Peanut butter filled, by the way, sticks. So it's a peanut butter crispy cookie around some peanut butter filling, and then you dip it into the little raspberry jam that's provided. Oh my goodness. If you like peanut butter and jelly sandwiches, those were good. And for 5 points, it was just a little pick-me-up also. So you don't have to have the whole 10 points, but 5 was doable.
And one of the girls I worked with, I asked her if she liked them, and she says no, because they have seeds in the jelly, and she doesn't like seeds in her jelly. But the jelly really did taste good.
And I'm a berry guy, so I don't mind seeds in my jelly.
No. Then there was a funny thing. You know that we're all in a California store. And these bags, I have never seen them even in the mystery bag showed up, but there was a Utah bag with a dinosaur on it, and then the arches from Moab. We have hiked the arches before. That was going to be one of our ventures that kind of got waylaid because of COVID.
Yeah. But
I was excited to see the Utah bag, so we got a new bag.
Yeah, that was neat. Take advantage of it if that ever happens in a store near you.
And these also were new with the Hearts of Palms, and with WW, Hearts of Palm is a 0. And that's all this is the Hearts of Palm. I'm really excited to see how it turns out. From what I've seen online already, everyone says it is delicious.
And this is an old favorite, but we wanted to feature it because this is so good. It's in the frozen. It's beef shepherd's pie, and the beef is actually shredded beef. It's not just ground. And for one whole box of this, it was 6 smart points on Weight Watchers. A lot of veggies in it, a little layer of mashed potatoes to cover it, and that shredded beef. And it was surprisingly 3 points for half a serving. So, you know, Mindy and I split it actually for 3 points, had veggies with it. It's a very big comfort food, and we'll be doing it more and more. It's a wonderful frozen delight there.
Yes. And then we are starting to have some of our fall favorites. Oh, let me get through the recipe, you think?
Yeah, that would be good.
And then we'll start hitting all our pumpkin things. Oh, one more fall favorite that came back was the herbs de Provence. This one I love. It's got lavender in it, which is a very unique flavoring. I love using it in anything fishy. So I make us fish chowder because I can't have shrimp or clams. And I still love that seasoning in there. 1 spoonful in a big bowl or a big pot makes a very nice flavoring.
Yeah, that one's one you don't want to be without in your kitchen.
No.
The herbs de Provence. And then I know Mindy had a nice one that she's excited about.
It was this one. It was the spicy chunky pepper pasta sauce. And there was a recipe on the side for making it into shashuka. I love our frozen shushuka, and this one's just as easy. It's a half a cup with like 3 points, and then put a couple eggs in it. I was set for breakfast. I tried microwaving it. Do not do that. For some reason, there's something in here that is very explosive in the microwave, and I ended up having to clean my microwave out. But cooking it on the stove with a couple eggs still was really easy for breakfast and a nice change.
Yeah, has a nice spice to it there. So.
Yeah.
It's a good, it's new and definitely worth a try there. And then it looks like we get into the recipe items here,
We do. The recipe was really easy. It is, you start with a miso broth, and then you add in the package of chicken cilantro mini wontons, and then add whatever vegetables you want. So I'm using the cremini mushrooms and the bok choy, adding an extra little bit of cilantro, and that will be our wonton soup for tonight.
Yeah, we're excited. That's a low point, relatively low point
Very
soup.
low point.
And yet you feel like you're getting that savory comfort there.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to that for sure. And it looks like there's a...
that's a pumpkin.
That's a pumpkin. So have we done everything?
Well, you have your cinnamon babka. That's
that
new.
I'm excited about because...
They've had the chocolate babka.
Yeah, we've gotten the chocolate babka. And when something is good without heating it up out of a package like this, you know it's going to be good. The chocolate babka has the chocolate chips in it. It's a perfect. It doesn't sit too heavy. It's flaky but yet moist enough. So we haven't tried it yet, but this is new, starting this fall season. The cinnamon Brooklyn babka, and I'm excited. I love cinnamon. Yeah, and you can warm it up. It would be good just like the chocolate, but if it's like the chocolate, it should stand alone, just slicing it out of the package here. So
absolutely, I'm looking forward to that one
for sure. There we go. Well, it looks like we're moving into the pumpkin part of our...
Why don't you hit a couple of your favorites?
Oh man, where do I start with the pumpkin stuff? You know, one of the things that I'll start with, because it's a morning item, pumpkin spice coffee. Now, at Trader Joe's, they have the actual pumpkin coffee that comes in the round container. I've tried them both. Some like that better. It's different flavors. I like the K-Cup spicing better. You get more of the ginger nutmeg part, more like the pumpkin pie, I feel, if what I would interpret in this. If you like orange peel, that flavor comes a little more strongly in the round container. Some like that better. For me, I like this much better. So the K-Cups are my way, even for iced coffee. So just had to get that out, but it was wonderful.
Okay, and then of course this is your all-time favorite you look forward to. Did you want to do that one now?
Yeah, that's a breakfast item, but you can have it any time of the day. And it's the pumpkin cream. They're back. They don't last very long. I remember the first time I missed it by 2 days, and I never had to wait a year to try it. But this is the gift that keeps giving. You can slice little bits out of it, keep it frozen, and warm them up just for a few minutes in the oven, just following these instructions. And oh my goodness, like a Danish, the perfect Danish. So it's got
pumpkin
caramel to it. So, but you have to move on these. They're I think under $8 at Trader Joe's, usually $8 to $9, and it'll last. If it's just one or two of you, this should last a while. Every weekend you can have a treat, or if you're in a big group, 8 to 12, it can blow out one of these right away for a breakfast, and they will love it. Other than that, man, we got a lot of pumpkin stuff. In fact, maybe you can tell us how much about
these are yummy. Items. These would have been good for a hiking trip, which we aren't doing right now. But if you do go outdoors to do hiking, these are great. These are the pumpkin spice Perfect bars, they do taste like a pumpkin pie. I really like these. These are enjoyable. After you leave them out of the refrigerator, they can go 2 weeks before you have to get them eaten. So those are good.
Yeah, I enjoy the perfect bars. The normal one, the peanut butter with the chocolate chips, I know we featured, but I always have to make room for a pumpkin pie spice.
Yeah.
Perfect bar there. And then I'm noticing we got some coffee before we get too pumpkin-y.
Oh, yeah.
Here, because we're still a little bit into the breakfast stuff with the perfect bars and the Kringles. But again, this is a nice concentrate. You can use it for cold brew coffees and add water to it. It's just following the instructions. It dilutes it down unless you like triple espresso with a shot strength. But other than that, this stretches a long way. And
that one I used in the Premier coffee.
Yes.
You know, a little bit, 3/4 of a cup of that and a Premier and ice, and we're set to go for the day.
Yeah, WW, this is a beautiful 2-point coffee mixed with the Premier. And
so the coffee is no points, it's just the
Premier. A little ice, I think.
Yeah.
It's like a frappe, whether it's chocolate, vanilla, or caramel frappe with the coffee kick. It's awesome. While we're on breakfast, yes.
A lot of breakfast this time.
In fact, this is an awesome breakfast. I know both of us like this. The pecan pumpkin oatmeal. And they come in packets. As you can see, we've gotten into this one already, but nice little individualized packets. I usually, if I'm going to do it, I'm going to do 2 packets. And wonderful flavor. There, I know you like these as well.
I do.
Yeah, so it's kind of a part. They come only in the fall. And then, as we're talking breakfast, one of my ultimate favorites. I'm going to move this for a minute. We'll come back to the pumpkin spice. But this right here has got to be one of my, along with the Kringle, one of my very favorites, the pumpkin cinnamon rolls.
Now, the cinnamon rolls in normal are okay. They're fine. But there's something about these pumpkin cinnamon rolls that are just so good.
Yeah. Good. I think about 5 come out of this,
yes.
If I remember right. And usually maybe a monthly treat on a weekend to include those with the eggs or something. Oh man, they're only here a short time, but they are worth doing. The pumpkin cinnamon rolls.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I had to feature those.
So let's go back to the spice. This is the pumpkin pie spice. So their spices are starting to come out. You'll notice that some of them have green labels now, and those are their organic spices, which I'm seeing more green when I shop there.
Notice that.
But the pumpkin pie spice, it has nice flavoring, and we just use it for lots of things throughout the winter.
Yeah, on a sweet potato, there you can flavor your coffee or your hot cocoa a little bit. One of the things I like doing is combining that as an ingredient with my sweet pumpkin tortilla chips. They're in right now.
Okay, so this is a really crazy recipe.
It's a crazy one, but very delicious. It's sweet. I will tell you, it's a sweet version of nachos. But you take these pumpkin chips, they have a slight cinnamon and pumpkin seeds on them, and you drizzle over a little melted cookie butter that we featured before. We'll feature, I'm sure, again. And it just microwave it a little bit, get it liquid, drizzle it over, and then add the pumpkin pie spicing through it and some mini marshmallows to it.
And then you warm it up just a fraction for the marshmallows, right?
Yes. And then
this is his recipe.
Yeah, and we put it in the oven just till they're like toasty a little bit, those marshmallows, and you bring it out, and oh my goodness, you'll probably end up saving some of it into Ziplocs and freeze it, but it's so good that way. And then it's good to pull the Ziplocs out later, and it becomes almost like a weird Rice Krispie bar, but not even Rice Krispie bar, but that kind of bendy flavor with the chips and the marshmallows. So you can kind of picture it, but it's very good. So anyway, that's just about a once a year thing that we've done when they come. But that pumpkin pie spice is so good that way.
Trader Joe's also has the mixed cookie. They have a chocolate chunk pumpkin cookie mix. These mixes are really a lot of fun. We made this one up, and again, it makes 24 cookies, I believe. Yeah, 24 cookies. Yeah,
we had some, froze some, but man, they're very good with little chocolate chunks in them and oatmeal. Kind of that pumpkin-y flavor too, so very good. Also, I'm excited about these coming back. These are pumpkin spice pumpkin seeds.
He likes his pumpkin spice.
Oh yeah, I tried these for the first time on a backpacking, not even a backpacking trip, more of a day hiking trip. We did like a 7-mile loop last fall around the San Jacinto Peak area. took the tram up from Palm Springs. And these, I was the favorite guy in the group when I pulled these out for a break. Everybody had to try them and loved them. So we had to get more. Pumpkin spice, pumpkin seeds, they were available a short time, but very worth doing. And for a quarter cup on Weight Watchers, it's 7 smart points if you wanted to have them that way as well.
You could always add them to a salad also to add a little crunch if you're looking
Didn't
for something
think
like
about that, but that's a wonderful idea. Actually, it would be really good. And things. So we'll continue our pumpkin theme. Another favorite of mine for breakfast, and this is a gift that keeps giving as well, is the pumpkin pancake waffle mix. And you can go either way, pancakes or waffles. There's a recipe for both, but I love my pumpkin pancakes with this, and very, very delicious, just as is. This is definitely a staple item. Get it while it's there. I know we do.
And then we also have our Harvest Blend tea. This one's nice. It's caffeine. So when we work in the evenings and we're still looking for that tea to drink, we make up cold tea with this, and it's got a really nice flavor. Or if it does get cold, we're still running 100 around here. It makes a nice warm tea too.
Yeah, I love it as iced tea as well, cold iced tea. And to drizzle, we got to drizzle a little other fall flavor into here with our snack item.
We do. We have the maple sea salt popcorns come in. It's like a kettle corn with a slight maple flavor. I wish there was just a little bit more maple flavor. I love kettle corn, so this is definitely up my alley, and maple is my favorite flavor.
Yeah, so maple, pumpkin, apple, I mean, we're going to have it all as I'm sure we go in subsequent weeks to Trader Joe's to find it. We have cinnamon already showing up in the babka. But what I'm also excited about is we're on breakfast. Might as well just keep common theme going. Love these things. I got them last year for the very first time. I've seen them year after year. I wished I had gotten more. These are wonderful, just in the toaster, pumpkin bagel.
And it's suggested to have them with the pumpkin cream cheese that Trader Joe's also has. They are good, but just with butter, they're just as good.
Yeah, you can't go wrong with the pumpkin bagels there. And then, Corey, of course, if you really wanted to get decadent, and this is a thing that comes every year, the pumpkin butter is in. And I'm excited about pumpkin butter. It can go on the pumpkin pancakes, on the bagels, pumpkin bread spread. I mean, you can go so many different directions with this pumpkin butter, but it's just good like it is.
So, I want to have one more thing hiding here.
Oh, yeah.
This is a new for this season. It looks like it's a spicy pumpkin curry simmer sauce. The calories don't seem too bad on it, and so I'm going to be trying that with maybe some chicken and some cauliflower, and we'll see how that one goes. But that one's new. We haven't tried that one yet.
So saving, of course, as we normally do, dessert is last. We have some exciting options for just pumpkin desserts. Can't ignore the pumpkin JoJo's.
Those are good.
These are always good. Try to get a box of them when they come out, per year. And they, a little pumpkin cream in between 2 pumpkin vanilla type sandwich cookies. It's like a pumpkin Oreo. It's
yes.
really good. That's about the best way to describe it.
And then the cookies.
And then of course you got to have the Petite pumpkin spice cookies. They're shortbread cookies with a little pumpkin spice yogurty covering. So it's, if you could picture like circus animals, but in the pumpkin version. Love a box a year. They're about, you get 4 of these little cookies for 7 smart points. So it just gives you an idea.
And then a couple more desserts.
Man. Yeah, and then of course, once a year, you got the pumpkin cheesecake.
I love the normal cheesecake, but the pumpkin one's pretty good too.
Yeah, the normal one from the New York and the blue box is one of our favorites, the vanilla one, but got to go once a year to the pumpkin variety there. And it thaws out, it comes out really nice, it's thick. And
yeah, it is a thick cheesecake.
A lot less money than going out and buying it at a restaurant, and a lot better in a lot of restaurants. Gotta save, I'm an ice cream guy, so I've saved our 2 ice creams for the very last. These are always good. They're the Hold the Cones. We featured the chocolate chip ones, which is a new favorite of mine, but this is the pumpkin ginger Hold the Cone. And it's got a beautiful pumpkin ginger ice cream in it with the white coating over it. Comes in a nice cone and sugar, like a sugar cone. Oh yeah. Little 4 points per little mini cone.
I think so, yeah.
And they're really good. And then
the
once
best
a
for
year,
last.
yeah, the pumpkin ice cream. It's just pure, rich, almost as rich as eggnog ice cream, but it's a pumpkin variety, pumpkin ice cream, and doesn't get much better than that. So once a year I usually get one of these, and then it's done. But oh, it's so good. So this is just the beginning. This is the tip. I tell you, the very tip of the iceberg from what's coming, not only in the pumpkin fall palooza that Trader Joe's has, but all the way through to December. There's going to be all these exciting items that we're going to be featuring every couple weeks now.
Probably every couple weeks.
Yeah, because the timing we're in, just for the time being, till everything kind of gets a little bit back to normal, we're thinking we're going to do that probably about every 2 weeks or so. But we'll look forward to being with you the next time in the next haul. And what a launch, piled with pumpkins.
Absolutely. We want to thank you for joining us. Please leave us comments. We appreciate them.
And thanks for being with us. We always enjoy being with you all too, and welcome your comments.
We'll see you next time.
Take care. Bye-bye.